Okay, now in this segment I'm going to show how to remove the rear door panel to gain access to remove the rear window trim. So if you go down to the bottom of it and look here, there's one screw there, black in this instance, one screw here, black. So I'm going to take these two off. Gosh, damn it. Give me a sec, doing this rear left-handed. There we go. And you do the same with the other one. Now that I have those two off, I'm going to progress up to here, and I believe it's this that I need to pop out, which is the window switch to gain access. Yes. So if you look here, you can barely see it. There's a screw right here. We want to remove that one. So I'm going to do that next. Okay. As you can see there, I've removed that screw. It's no longer there. It's pretty much empty. So now I go down here and I remove the light panel. This is a big and bulky flathead. You'd want to use a thinner and smaller one. You need to plop this light out. Give me a second here. Yeah, if you use a thinner one, there's less likelihood you'll damage your leather. Okay, so now in here, there's another Phillips screw. Or Phillips, yeah, screw. You can see it there. That's it. I'm going to take that one out. And now that I have removed that screw, that Phillips screw right there, I got to go outside to the corner door, and there's a little rubber stopper here. Inside of it there's a Phillips screw. I got to take that out too. Okay, I've taken it off here, as you can see. So now that I got that off, I want to give my door from the bottom a slight snug pull to break it free. I did it already. It's still going to be connected. There's a screw, I believe, behind this plastic piece here. So I'm going to put it back in place to show how I got it off. It's very easy to break this portion. So be very delicate when doing this. Gosh dang it. This is a junkyard, so give me 1 second. Okay. Now technically you could take the door off without removing this plastic piece. Somebody would have to hold it open so the whole door would slide around the handle here. That might be an easier way than trying to remove it and cracking it in the process. Let me see if I can do it that way. It seems like the door is pretty much free. So with one hand, I'm going to try and get this going. If not, I'll have to show you the after results and explain it if it doesn't work here. Okay, so what I'm doing now, that pop you heard was from this corner. I popped it off, so gosh darn it, I'm gonna have to use two hands. Okay, I pulled from right here. I popped it out. Let me see if I can slide my hand down. Okay, I'm sticking my whole hand behind it to try and push it out from behind. I think it'll work. Gosh, man, this one's really in there. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna have to take this plastic trim piece out. I'll do that. Give me a sec. Okay, got the plastic trim piece out. Basically, you tug on the actual door handle while prying at either. Okay, you pry at either the top or the bottom to plop it off of this little post it's connected to. Now keep in mind, there's that little hook there. So when you do it from this end, plop it out, and slide it off the handle. Okay, now that I've changed the battery and you can see where the pry points are, whether it be top or bottom, for this plastic piece for the door hinge, you know, plop it out like I said and pull out and away so you can get this clip out of where it sits. Now I'm going to try and take off the door. Alright, so got my trusty arm under here, one-handed, trying to do it. There we go. There we go. So now pretty much got it off. It's dangling by the speaker. I think, no, the light and this, oh yes, and you must unclip your window switch. There we go. Unclip the window switch and twist the LED up and out. Twist it and then pull out of the ashtray. Come on. There we go. Alright, got that. And unclip. Also, unclip your light switch in the bottom of the same door. So we're going to do that here. All one-handed. Okay. Now, the front door would look similar in its own fashion to this. We have the speaker box for the Pioneer / Nakamichi speaker there. And we have a window regulator that will be in the way. So I'm going to remove the speaker box with 1 screw, 2 screws, 3 screws, and 4 screws. And take this up and out. Give me a sec. Okay, I've removed all screws. Now it's time for me to take this blue clip out and get the speaker out of the way. You'd want to do that in home. So let's see here. There we go. Set that aside. Now there's this plastic rain insulation here. It's up to you if you want to keep it. I guess it actually keeps the cold air out from reaching inside the cabin, and water too. So if you can, be careful and take it off. Probably get some 3M double-sided tape and cut slits of it to put it back on. I'm going to tear it off here and I'll show you the next step. Okay, trying to hurry here because my battery's low. So we have the window regulator and the motor. The regulator right here with the cable line here and out, and the motor and the bracket. Easiest thing to do, bracket, take it off. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take those out, and we should, oh, and also 5 and 6. That will separate the window motor, bracket, and regulator from the door so you can slide them down independently. In a perfect scenario, this, oh, and 5, you can take that off too. In a perfect scenario, you'd want to have the window rolled all the way down before starting this. That way it'll give you ease of access to get this stuff out. The bolt here that secures this middle cross member for the rear window, and slide it out of its groove channels inside the door. I'm gonna have to probably bash this window because there's no power to lower the window regulator on its own. So give me a sec. Okay, ladies and gents, I was able to unbolt the bracket, regulator, and the motor all from each other and the door. So I have it slid down here by hand. I pushed down on the window. So I'm going to take this bolt and that bolt out of the regulator to separate the window from the regulator so I have access. Okay, I've taken the bolts. Okay, I've taken the bolts out that secure the window to the regulator. I'm going to lift up on the window. The window slides down. I'm going to take the regulator out of here, as well as get the window down to the bottom of the door as far as possible so I can take these screws, 1, 2, 3, out from the bottom of the trim. And as I did in the front, take this screw off and peel the plastic away from the door on the inside. Battery's running low. The regulator is out. I'm going to take this bolt out so I can remove the center trim piece here for the window, pull it away, take this window out, and then I can shift the big mirror up and out of the door. I removed the bolt here. Before I can take this out, I had to peel away at the rubber trim on the inside, pull it down so I can have access to the 1 screw holding that center post in on the rear door. Okay, so I've removed the 1 screw from the inside, pulled this center post away. It's out of the door. Now I'm going to slide this window out of there, so now I can take the big window inside of the door up and out of the door. Okay, now I'm pulling the window up and out of the door here. The window is out of the door, and I have access now to the 3 screws, 1, 2, 3, and there's a 4th one back here. This trim is busted, so keep in mind. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nuts that need to be removed, 8mm from there. And on the inside there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actual screws, and 7 screws that need to be removed in total. Now on the rear trim as well, there are 1, 2 slit holes and 1 circular hole similar to the front, like this, that secure the trim in place. This piece is broken already. Okay, I've removed all nuts from the inside and all screws from the inside of the trim. Alright, so now it should easily come out since it's a broken piece already. But just imagine yours plopped out like this. Okay, this is a half segmented piece of window trim. Yeah, so that's how you do it. Here are the screw holes, just to give you an idea. Pretty straightforward. And in the process, that's also how you remove a window regulator and motor. Right here. And this one still looks like it's actually pretty good, the regulator and all. Alright guys, and there you have it. If you have any questions, please feel free to post.